Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are watching the station identification of one of Wayland City's resident YouTubers. Live in the basement. This is not MTV's remote control. And he is not Ken Ober. God rest Ken Ober's soul. This is WEML-TV, Channel 77. And now here's your host, New Bedford, Massachusetts' own, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. Praise the Lord. God is good. God is great. Jesus is alive and well. Call a familiar face. Call all the folks you know from your family and relatives, to your companions, friends, compadres, amigos, comrades, and associates, and co-workers, and classmates, even your frenemies and enemies, your teammates. Call everyone you know and tell them that your boy is doing another episode from my YouTube station identification, CBS. And no, it's not the Farmer Seeds Channel vlog show. It's known as WEML-TV Channel 77, and I am the host of the show where there's ordinary and then there's me, Eric Lima. What's going on, everybody? This is episode 626, October the 12th, 2021, 1:21 p.m. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how good that... I'll tell you one thing. It's been a good first half of the week for me so far. I mean, as you know, Wednesday is the halfway mark, and then you got Thursday, Friday, Saturday. A lot's going on. The only thing that went wrong with me is my razor is not working. That's why you see me a little bit of a 5 o'clock shadow. And yeah, a little gray hairs, and I'm looking old, So I might as well get a new razor. I don't know why it's not working. It's shut down on me. Usually I use that to complete my shaving, you know what I mean? So that's why you see me a little bit of 5 o'clock shadow. I'll deal with it when I can. Check this out, folks. It's been a great week so far. It's been a very good week, especially in New England sports. I mean, the Patriots won by the hair of their chin. Speaking of 5 o'clock shadows and shaving, they won by a field goal, and they won by a field goal, and I gotta tell you, it's been crazy. Mac Jones is really stepping up, but I think, they said, some people say that Patriots not gonna do much this year. I think if they do make the playoffs, it's gonna be a lot of pressure on Mac Jones as a result, because he's just a rookie, and so I think that comparing him, it's unfair comparing him to Brady right now. You know what I mean? So, but I think you give him more time, and I think we eventually try to seek out championship number 7. We already know Tom Brady has that. It's amazing that one football player has more Super Bowl rings than other teams do. You know what I mean? It's amazing. It is, including your former team. Right now, as team-wise, it's considered the Patriots and the Steelers are tied for the Super Bowls. But, Mac Jones will come along, and, Mac Jones is going to try to do what he does best, and hopefully he'll get us a win. We're 2-3 right now, which is good. We're only one win away to try to keep this, trying to keep above water here. So right now, Patriots are kind of like swimming below it, but only be a matter of time, folks. Only be a matter of time. Let's see, another issue. Another thing is the Red Sox. Now, beginning of the baseball season of this year, they were projected to either finish 3rd or 4th in the American League East and not make the playoffs. Well, the Red Sox went beyond those expectations. I mean, you think about it. I mean, we were down 1-0 over, being shut out by the Rays in the home turf. And then the Red Sox, and stop referring to and these are the teams. I don't play for the team or anything like that. I think it is. It's more of a representation, so to speak. You know what I mean? It's like the team represents. Like if your hometown team represents where you're from. Like, I'm from Massachusetts, so I do the hometown. It's more like it's a representation thing. And like we're there with them in spirit or something like that. I don't know. I don't know why we keep referring to our hometown teams as we. I mean, the Red Sox have been. They did pretty good in the first half, and then they started faltering in the second half. And then Tampa Bay picked up Nelson Cruz midseason, as well as Joey Gallo. I mean, the Yankees picked up Joey Gallo and Anthony Rizzo. You think that, okay, Yankees and Rays are going to finish 1-2 in the Eastern Division. The Red Sox end up finishing third place because we had players out with COVID and injuries and whatnot and everything else. And it got to the point where the Red Sox fought hard. They fought hard. And then you go to that, if anything, and then they had that game, almost like the final game of the season against Washington. They end up winning that game. And then they had the wild card game against the Yankees, and they beat them. And now they were down 1-0 after the Rays shot a mountain game in one of the ALDS. And then all of a sudden, games 2, 3, and 4 straight wins, man. The Red Sox won emphatically, 14-6. And then all of a sudden, here comes game 3. Christian Vasquez walks it off. And then last night, Kike Hernandez walks it off with a sacrifice fly. Vasquez hit a 2-run shot to walk it off. Now a sacrifice fly with just 1 out, and the run scores. Boom! Red Sox win and they advance. I'm like, this team's something else. It's mind blowing. I know, it's totally mind blowing. And I'll tell you, folks, it really just, and I'm amazed. I'm really proud of the Red Sox, man, so far. I'm amazed. No matter what happens this season, the Red Sox got further than expected. And that speaks to itself. I'll tell you what, now the Red Sox will wait the winner of the Houston-Chicago divisional series. Whoever wins that will face the Red Sox. And that means they should get some extra rest and plenty of rest, especially after that extra inning game, 13-inning game in Game 3. I mean, they need to recharge up, definitely. So they can get ready for either Houston or Chicago. Chicago's still in this thing, which I just still can't believe the White Sox are even in the playoffs, winning the Central in a weak division. That's probably the weakest division ever, AL Central is. And for the White Sox to even make it, I'm kind of shocked and surprised myself. I mean, they had an experienced manager, Antonio La Russa, there. So, I tell you, Houston's been Houston, Houston's been Houstoning. And, I feel bad for the Rays because the Rays had their first 100-win season. And the Rays, they did so well throughout the regular season. But playoffs, man, they're like the Buffalo Bills of baseball, You couldn't, come close to winning the big one and just couldn't come up with it. And because they had some great players on the Rays, young players. And so, and I think the Red Sox had the edge in experience as far as players are concerned, because they know what it was like to win a championship, and I think that's what, that's why I don't underestimate the Rays, but at the same time, the Red Sox and Rays, I think to me, they were even. They were even because the fact is that you got, Rays have been dominant throughout the regular season, but you also, I thought the Rays are going to take this because the Rays are just too good. But, and I'll tell you what, Moses Barraza, a friend of mine on Facebook, and he's also a friend of mine in New Bedford, and he told me don't get my hopes up. And I can understand where he's coming from, but listen, this is not the same 20th century Red Sox team, as my friend Kevin Henry pointed out last night on Facebook. This is the 21st century Red Sox. It's different. I'm not saying I'm going to put my faith into the Red Sox or anything like that. That's not how I am, but I had to be very, very cautiously optimistic. I said, listen, I hope they do well, but, the Rays are a tough team, and I try to be a baseball fan, too. I try to be, even though I'm a hardcore Red Sox fan, I try to be neutral when it comes to these guys, show respect to the other teams, Sometimes if I'm going to be a sports journalist, I got to be neutral, so to speak, even though I'm a homer. But still, but the Red Sox, I'll tell you what, they're an amazing team. A lot of people saying, they see a lot of 2013 postseason vibes, the magic of 2004. Dan Shaughnessy says he's seeing it, and who knows what will happen. So it'd be very interesting to see who is going to face the Red Sox in the ALCS, You know, Chicago's got 2 games to 2 victories, and the Astros are 1 victory away. You know, now the Red Sox are now 4 victories away from actually going to the World Series, which nobody would have thought they would do that this season so far. So we will see what happens. I know Houston's a very tough ball club too. So, and Chicago, like I said, they're a weak team in a weak division unless something miraculous has happened. You know, Tony La Russa, you know, he guided the Cardinals to the World Series. He guided the Oakland A's to the World Series. You know, and that's the thing too. So that's what's amazing about baseball, because you never know what's going to happen. So I'm very interested to see what happens in the next round in the ALCS. So best of luck to you, Red Sox. Go Sox. That's all I gotta say. All right, that's all the time I have on the show. Oh, and before I conclude, Disney Plus is making another Home Alone video called Home Sweet Home Alone. A lot of people are very upset about this because they don't need is Hollywood running out of ideas? Unfortunately, Hollywood is running out of ideas. You know. Never mind. And I'm just nothing. Okay, so yeah, sorry about that. So I'm just so I just yeah, sorry about that. So anyway, I'm very, very, I'm very, very amazed at what the Red Sox can do. So hopefully they can, it'll be something to behold. So it's lots of crazy plays have happened in that series against the Rays. We'll see what next year. Yeah, I'm going to talk about my mind's going in all different directions. Sorry about that. Yeah, the Home Alone. It's something like a British, I think a British household, something like that, and almost the same thing. It'd be very interesting, and I'm gonna try and watch it. I'm gonna try to get Disney Plus so I can try and watch it just for the pranks to see what kind of booby traps that, because I think it's kind of curiosity is what booby traps are next. What booby traps that they have not done. And I saw a preview of it, kids shooting pool balls at the thieves and all that. It seems like a husband and wife team is trying to rob the house, and they bringing back Buzz McAllister. Yeah, Devin Ratray, who plays him, he's now back as a police officer. It's strange, isn't it? So I'm kind of curious to see what happens. All right, so I'm kind of curious to see what happens in this sequel. If it's going to come out on DVD, I don't know, but I'm thinking I'm just going to get. It's coming out November 12th, by the way, that movie. So I'm probably going to get Disney Plus just for that, possibly. All right, so that's all the time I have on this show, and I know a lot of people don't like the Home Alone sequel already. I know Hollywood's running out of ideas, but listen, I got the originals on DVD anyway, so I got no worries. So I always considered Home Alone 2 to be one of my favorites because it's too funny with Joe Pesci, and it's not the same. I get it. It's not the same, but, we'll see what happens, all right? I'll see you guys later. I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, peace, love, bless out.